Hey, this is Duncan Lee. I'm an ARI Pro trainer and a professional backcountry athlete.
And I'm Liz Riggs-Meter. I'm the Director of Recreational Programs at ARI. We're both Avalanche rescue instructors.
This is a short video about Avalanche rescue, the skills you need, and the proper steps to get it done right. You can go ahead and download, by clicking this link, the ARI Avalanche Rescue Card that shows every step.
Practicing avalanche rescue regularly makes you a good backcountry partner. But remember to take an avalanche rescue course regularly with your partners to keep your skills sharp.
Now let's get to it.
The steps you take when one of your partners gets caught in an avalanche can dramatically improve your chances of a good outcome in a bad situation. Stop, take a deep breath, think about your own safety and how you can help. Look around at the scene, yell and listen for your friend, and make a plan to keep yourself and other rescuers from getting caught in another avalanche. Make sure your plan includes an exit strategy. Identify hazardous terrain, identify the area last seen, identify where searchers are going to enter the debris. For example, if you witness the avalanche from below, enter the debris from the toe or the side of the path, and avoid exposure to similar slopes on either side of the avalanche. Avoid triggering potentially unstable snow above the fracture line. Decide who is doing what task. Come up with a plan for what to do in case of another avalanche. Use the ARI Rescue Checklist to make sure you don't miss any steps.
The first step in the ARI Avalanche Rescue Checklist is to stop and assess the scene safety. We've chosen a safe location with no avalanche danger for our practice today, but it's important to verbalize every step of the process as you go through it.
Hey Duncan, this is Liz. I just saw Doug get caught in an avalanche. I can't see him anymore. Come over to me so we can look for him.
Copy that, on my way.
All right, the scene is safe. We've got one person buried. I've got a rescue checklist so I can take the lead. I've also got an inReach so I can make a call.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and switch our beacons to search so we make sure that we don't have a signal already.
Great, before we do, let's make sure that we turn off all our electronics, turn off our machines, and take a good step away from them.
Okay, sounds good. Let's switch to search.
No signal.
Yeah, I have no signal either. Where was the last area you saw him?
That tree all the way across over there.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start searching up by that tree.
Great. I'm gonna make a call and then I'll come help.
Sounds good.
Calling for help might be phone or a satellite device. Take a second to organize your thoughts so you can tell them your location, nature of emergency, your name, the number in the group, and the number of people missing. The goal for this signal search phase is to find a signal from the buried transceiver and look for any visual clues that indicate where the victim went. From the area last seen, proceed on foot. Although your machine might be able to cover more ground during the signal search, remember, riding through avalanche debris can be difficult to impossible, and your machine may cause interference with your transceiver. From the last seen area, pass back and forth across the slope, coming within 20 meters of the edges of the debris and 40 meters of your last search strip.
Doug! Doug!
Pick a distant object to focus on to keep your search line straight. Move quickly and steadily to keep your search pattern consistent, but not so fast that you could accidentally lose the pattern.
I've got a signal! 50!
Continue on your signal search pattern until you have a consistent signal. Communicate that you have a signal, then slow your pace and keep the light or arrow in the center. Move forward to make the numbers on the display get smaller. Hold the transceiver flat and pivot it until you locate the direction of the strongest signal. Once oriented, follow it towards the burial site.
43, 40, 36, 33, 29, 27.
Move slower and more precisely below 20 meters. Below 10 meters, look behind at where you came from, double check your center arrow, and record your trajectory by placing your helmet on the snow facing the direction you are going.
Liz, come on in. Doug's buried about 10 meters, lined up right with my helmet here, right in front of me, 10 meters out.
By planning your trajectory and knowing the distance from your transceiver, you can visualize where the victim is buried in front of you. Put your transceiver on the snow in front of you and locate the spot with the lowest number. Move along the line until the numbers get bigger. Then, keeping your orientation, come back to the lowest number. Maintaining your orientation, go side to side. Drop a clue to indicate the spot with the strong signal.
1.5, 1.6, 1.8, 1.5, 1.3, 1.1, 1.3, 1.1. Got the lowest point, just over a meter deep. Probe right there.
Starting at the strongest signal, probe every foot in a systematic spiraling pattern. Since you know the lowest number from your find search, you can grab your probe just above that number and probe to that depth.
Got a strike. Looks like he's down about 90.
Before you dig, visualize where the person is buried based on the probe strike. Plan the best place to dig and decide where to move snow. Step away from the probe about 1.5 times the burial depth and dig into the slope.
I'm gonna grab my shovel and then take a big step downhill. Duncan, when you grab yours, we'll shovel side by side.
All right, let's check distance.
All right.
There are several shoveling techniques out there. The most important thing is to dig systematically, efficiently, and to dig hard. Shoveling shoulder to shoulder helps to dig a wide hole closer to the probe. This approach works best in soft or shallow debris when you don't expect to dig for a long time. If the debris is dense or your probe strike suggests a burial of more than a few feet, shoveling inline, alternating rolls between the digger and sweeper keeps one person digging full pace all the time. Swap positions to keep the digging pace high at the front of the trench.
I got a pack. I'm gonna slow down and carefully.
Once you find a clue indicating the buried victim's orientation, work together to broaden your trench in the appropriate direction.
All right. Nice work, Liz.
Nice work, Duncan.
So, as you notice, we used a pack for our practice here. That way you get a very realistic probe strike. But remember, when you're trying to get a person out of the snow, you've got to excavate a lot more and be quite a bit more careful when you get close to the person. Also, now we get into a whole different realm of first aid and after recovery care. Research some other options and find out ways to get better and more proficient at those skills before heading into the backcountry. Performing a successful avalanche rescue is hard work, especially when somebody's life is on the line.
You owe it to your riding partners to be able to perform these skills well.
Regular avalanche rescue practice is part of being a good backcountry partner.
And remember to take an avalanche rescue course regularly. You can find one near you at avtraining.org or click the link below.